Hello friends. At the end of this video, I'm going to tack on an interview that I did with my friend, and we call her Chau. She is a friend that lives in New Hampshire, and I met her because when I was going to some meetings with some people and just learning more about our state and what's going on with people in the state, I would see this Vietnamese girl come around and she was recording everything. And she just would pull up her camera and just record things, and she would put it on Facebook. And then I found out she was in a group, and we ended up being in a group, and we would meet weekly and we would talk about different things that we could do to help with freedom, to help keep our freedom. Did you know there's things that we need to do? This last year, we've been told to stay home, shelter in place, and I found out there were meetings on Zoom, and there were people in our state that were deciding our fate. Yes, they were voting on all kinds of different things, and they were having meetings on Zoom, which most of us did not know about, because when I did go on to the Zoom meetings, very few people were listening in. And, we just kind of trust the people that we elect. We elect the people, we expect them to work for the people. And if you haven't noticed, there's been a lot of things that have not been going our way. According to the Constitution, we have unalienable rights. And those are rights that are given to us by God, not by people. And so it just seems to me like something is wrong. So I just kept kind of investigating and kept making new friends, and Chau has just become a really good friend of mine, and I hope that you listen well to this interview and she shares her heart. And I'm also going to put another video up of a speech that she did about the critical race theory, and I hope that you watch it. She was in Vietnam when it was overtaken by communism. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But right now, she is my in-person friend, and I have learned a lot from her. She's given me a lot of pep talks. She has a really great heart. She has a servant's heart, and she just wants us to have freedom in our country. And she's willing to do whatever it takes. I hope this inspires you, and I hope that you understand that freedom isn't free, and we can do things in our country to make a difference. We don't have to sit home and wait until the king tells us what to do. We have the type of government that is by the people, and it's for the people. It's for us, and it's by us. And there are legal and peaceful things that we can do to make a difference in our society. And if we don't do it now, it's going to be too late. And once you lose your freedoms, it's going to be pretty hard to get them back if you study history. So I hope you watch it and you get inspired. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I'm also going to post below this video a couple of links. One of them is to a video by Chau. Another one is going to be about the Constitution. And there's a movie I've been trying to tell people about. It's called Non-Compliant. And watch that video and see what you think, and see if it doesn't stir something up in you, because if we just stay home and we shelter in place, things are not going to get better. We have to take some action, and it doesn't have to be extreme. If everybody just takes the right kind of action, we can make a difference in our country, and the whole world is depending on it. So watch this video by Chau, and I hope it encourages you and inspires you and helps you to think about a way maybe that you can make a difference in your community. Hello, so we're here with Chau Kelley.
Hi, Cindy.
Hello. Thank you for doing this interview with me. So where are we tonight?
We're here at the Americans for Prosperity, New Hampshire, in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Americans for Prosperity, what is that?
Americans for Prosperity, New Hampshire is abbreviated AFP, and it's like a non-profit organization that they've done so many wonderful things, but one of the things that they do that I know that I love is that they train activists and people like grassroots leaders to be the leader or run for office or just doing activist stuff, you know, to better your community in many ways, not necessarily politically. It could be like you love the dogs and the cats and you wanna, you know, advocate for the homeless dogs and cats or the children or whatever that you're passionate about, but you need to be well trained, you know, so that you will be effective at what you're doing and get people that you know that have the same interests as you do together to do that task. And they train it free for all of us, you know, and we study like level 1 class, 6 weeks, every Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. But we usually here from like 5ish to like about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And we see each other for like 6 weeks. And they even provide dinner for us.
Right.
You know,
that is so cool.
Quality meals,
Yeah.
not just pizza. Sometimes we just have
Right,
pizza,
right.
but seriously, free class and free food, and you
Right.
get certificate of certified training at the end.
So I have a question, because some people watching might wonder what an activist is, because does that mean you have to like, you know, like cheer and make a lot of noise?
No.
Or what is an activist?
Activist is you don't have to be like in cheerleader in like a high school, like you cheer up for something. No, activists for me, in my understanding and what I've been doing for a long time, is that I'm passionate about freedom. And I'm just like, you know, focusing on that and using all my skills and whatever that I'm good at, you know, to get people pay attention to that. But first is I'm paying attention to that, so I become an expert in that field that I'm concerned about.
Right.
Because that's all I care about, and I
Right.
keep focusing on that and study, understand the Constitution, the law, and the society, and where we're heading too far away from freedom. Then we need to get back to what it's supposed to be.
Right.
You know, so activists like let's say that's political stuff, but let's say you care about homeless dog, for example, right? So you're an activist to like, you know, take action. You activate people around you to take action, including yourself, you know. So in many ways, in like meaningful ways, not necessarily like rah rah and being loud out there. Well, sometimes we need rah rah loud rallies to get attention, but most of the times it's quiet actions that make a difference. You know,
Right.
like people writing law or like doing media shine the light on the issue that touch the heart of people, so that they pay attention and they together with other people to do something about it. Build a shelter for the dogs and the cats, do fundraising so that we can supply it, and how do we prevent from having more abandoned dogs and cats in the future.
Okay.
Things like that.
So what do you think, like what in your life made you decide to be an activist?
I didn't even know that I'm an activist, to be honest with you. It just fall into like, not one day I wake up, oh, I'm gonna become an activist. No, I never thought of I'm an activist, but I just happened to be one because, like I said, I grew up in Vietnam. It's a communist ruling country, and my father was a Marine captain during the Vietnam War on the South government. So he fought alongside with Americans to defend freedom and democracy, which is very important to all of us, you know. But the communists took over by force in 1975, and we grew up in a communist world where the people who living less than a human being, less than a dog and a cat in this country. And we know how important it is to have freedom so that people can live with dignity as a human being. It's important to be a human being.
Do you think that could happen in America?
It's already happened in America. What do you mean could be? It's already happening here right now. You know, that people don't realize it. Their rights, everything's taken away, and they pretty much, you know, self-quarantine yourself in the home. It's like you self-imprison yourself in your home. And they're taking away all your freedom that you don't even see it. You know? It's It's like you had to put this mask on so that they deprive you of oxygens that's given free by God to all of us.
Right.
We have the right to breathe fresh air. That's simple. And you don't. You know? And your children go to bed putting a mask on because they've been brainwashed in school that you had to have your mask on to be safe. They depriving themselves of oxygen.
So what do you think's going to happen if some of us don't become activists?
Well, we deserve what the people in North Korea that's suffering right now had been for years. The people in China, the people in Vietnam, the people in Cuba. We only read stories about, how horrible it is. Well, we are living it now. And we are about to go in the full course of that.
If
All
we
of
don't
us.
wake up.
If we don't wake up and if we don't do anything. Now, the little thing that we do, we think like, oh, it doesn't matter. Just me doing it doesn't mean anything.
That's right.
It's useless. It's just a grain of sand on the beach. Well, the beach formed because of many grain of sands. So don't worry about not so many people around me doing it. Just worry about what am I doing it every day. That's the question for me every day. I'm just persistently, diligently doing the thing that I care the most about in my heart every day. Because that is my mission in life.
And you affect other people too.
Absolutely.
It's like catches on.
It's become a habit. It's something
It's
that
like the coronavirus.
It's contagious. But it's a positive energy.
Right.
Contagious stuff, you know. So I just love what I care about, and I just going at it, and don't worry and don't about compare about, well, the other they don't do it and they don't do this. Well, it's okay. I am doing it.
Right.
I am carrying my portion of the weight, and my conscience is clear with myself first.
That's right.
And with God. Doesn't matter people around you see it or not, or how much impact they think that's gonna happen, because the impact, only God knows how big of the impact, because it's blessed by Him.
That's
It's
right.
not by what we are doing. We are just the empty vessel that God used us to do that task, that little task that we assigned to do, and we just have to do that portion. The rest, leave it up to Him. I don't worry about how big it is. I know it's up to Him to make it how big it is. And it's all the credit goes to God, not little me, not anyone else. We worshiping God, not worshiping people.
Right.
Those are idols. And people change and they disappoint you in many ways, and sometimes because people change. But
Right.
God is constant. He never changed.
Right.
And we know He won already. So if we doing God's work every day, and we're on the right side with God every day, we're already on the winning side. Doesn't matter what the environment out here looking, how doom and gloomy it is, we know for sure we're on the winning side.
Right. Awesome. And I'm glad I'm on your side.
God's side.
God's side, right.
Because I might change
Yeah,
too, you never
that's
know,
true,
right?
that's
Because
true.
we are human,
Yeah.
we are weak, and Satan they're very powerful, and they have many ways to tempt people, so I won't dare to say that I won't change, but I always pray to God in everything I do, because only leaning on God and the Holy Spirit that we'll be guided on the right path, so we won't stray away from what we're supposed to do in this world.
That's right.
And doing His work, doing God's work is important.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, doesn't matter what happened in America really, that maybe we're all not gonna live in tomorrow, who knows, right? But we know when we cross that past life to the last moment in the earth, we know where we're going. We know who we're gonna be with, and we have peace in our heart. The time is up to God, not up to us, and not up to the enemies. If our time is up, because God permitted and God allows it, and I'm at peace with that. Yeah, not afraid, no
Right.
fear. Very important. Whatever that we do, have no fear. Absolutely no fear. Always
Amen.
have peace in your heart at all times. Because fear, that's when the devil can sit and rule us inside out. And the COVID thing this pandemic, they rule us by fear all around there.
That's
It gets
right.
people scared. And when we are scared, our immune system is weakened. And that's when we can get sick and we die and we say, oh, it's because of COVID. No, you get sick and die because you scare yourself and you allow the devils to get in and scare you. Because you're not relying on that strong, constant powerful source that is God.
Right.
You know, I always have him with me, and I know he's with me all the time, and I feel at peace all the time. Doesn't matter who's in front of me, doesn't matter what's around me. The earth can shaken and fall apart, everything, but I am at peace and I'm ready to face everything. And when you have peace and alert, you make wise decision to at least save yourself first so that you can save people around you.
Right.
If you scare and you, oh my God, I don't know what to do, so that you throw yourself in even more worse situation. First, we cannot save ourselves. How could we save people around us?
That's right.
Right? And God put us through Vietnam, so we know what it's like to live in a hellhole on earth already. So now we're here to warn people and doing things that we know what the communist is about. We do it, and hopefully it's catching on by other people around us, so that we all doing the same thing to preserve our freedom, preserve especially our freedom of religion, because that is the most important thing on this earth.
Right.
The freedom of religion, because we can live to 150 years old, but if we don't know God, where our soul gonna go? And soul is eternal. This body, this physical body lasts what, 150 years old? No, but the soul is eternal.
That's right.
If we lose our freedom, we lose freedom of religion, we are just an animal without conscience, because we don't know God. Because the communists, they don't believe in God. That's why they can do all the evil things and not worry about the consequences of their action. And that's why I'm anti-communist. We people that believe in God, we're Christians, or just whoever the God that you believe in, because it's good values, be a human, so that's
Amen.
important.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so thankful that I know you and that you are willing to stand up and do what's right, and you've inspired me and I know many others. So thank you for your hard work, and don't stop.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Thank